Hi guys, welcome to part 2 of the Exponents and Polynomials test review. This is for problems 11 through 20, so if you need to see problems 1 through 10, please refer to part 1 of this video. Let's jump in. So on 11, we are multiplying these two polynomials together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to distribute everything from the first polynomial into everything in the second polynomial. So I'm going to take 2v, and I'm going to multiply it by 6v, and I'm going to get 12v squared. I'm then going to take 2v and distribute it into the 1. And so that is going to be 2v times 1, which is just 2v. I'm done distributing 2v, so now I'm going to go to the next part of my polynomial and distribute the 1. So 1 times 6v is 6v. And then 1 times 1 is 1. So now that I'm done multiplying everything, I just need to combine any like terms I may have. So I'm going to take the 2v and the 6v and combine them together to get 8v. And I have no other like terms, so I can just rewrite my final answer as 12v squared plus 8v plus 1. Moving on to 12, this is the same type problem, so we're going to take 3b, multiply it by 4b, and we're going to get 12b squared. I'm going to take 3b and multiply it by 8, and so I'm going to get plus 24b. I'm going to do 7 times 4b, and I'm going to get plus 28b, and then 7 times 8 is 56. I'm going to combine these two like terms like I did last time, use my calculator because I don't have 24 plus 28 memorized off to my head, so 24 plus 28 is 52. So we're going to get 12b squared plus 52b plus 56. 13, same idea, just we have a longer second polynomial, but the principle still applies. So we're going to take 8r and we're going to distribute it. We're going to take 8r and distribute it into the 8r squared, and we're going to get 64r cubed. 8r times negative 4r, we're going to get negative 32r squared. And then I'm going to take 8r and distribute it into the 7, and I'm going to get plus 56r. I'm done with 8r, so I'm going to distribute negative 1, so negative 1 times 8r squared is negative 8r squared. Negative 1 times negative 4r is positive 4r, and negative 1 times 7 is negative 7. So same as last time, let's find like terms. There's a lot more going on, so I'm going to rewrite my solution as I go. 64r cubed has nothing to combine with, so 64r cubed goes in my final answer. Negative 32r and r squared and negative 8r squared, they're going to combine to be negative 40r squared. And then we have 56r plus 40r, or not 44, so that's going to be plus 60r. And then the minus 7 is by himself. So this is my final answer. Number 14, same thing. We're going to take the 5a, distribute it. So starting with 2a squared, we're going to get 10a cubed. 5a times negative 7a is going to be minus 35a squared. 5a times 8 is going to be plus 40a. Moving on to negative 4. Negative 4 times 2a squared is going to be minus 8a squared. Negative 4 times negative 7a is going to be plus 28a. And then negative 4 times 8 is going to be minus 32. Again, combining like terms like we did on 13. 10a cubed has no like terms, so we'll bring him down. Negative 35a squared and negative 8a squared. Again, off the top of my head, don't remember what those are, so 35 plus 8 is 43. They're both negative, so that would be negative 43a squared. 40a plus 28a will be 68a, and then negative 32 drops down. 15, this is 5 minus 6v squared. So it does not work to just distribute the squared. this is the same as 5 minus 6v times 5 minus 6v. Sorry, those parentheses were a little weird. So I have to treat this the same. Distribute the 5. So that'll be 25 minus 30v, and then distribute the negative 6v. So that will be also negative 30v, and that is going to be plus 36v squared. Combine my like terms. I'm going to get 36v squared minus 60v plus 25 if we write it in standard form. Same thing here. We don't distribute that square. We rewrite it as 5x minus 1 and 5x minus 1. And we're going to distribute. So 5x times 5x is 25x squared. 5 times negative 1 is minus 5x. Distribute the negative 1. So that's negative 5x. And negative 1 times negative 1 is positive 1. Combine my two like terms. I get 25x squared minus 10x plus 1. Now 17, we are dividing. So we're going to use the long division setup. If you're interested in synthetic division, I'm not going to show it this way, but you're welcome to use this on the test. So p minus 6 is my divisor, so he goes on the outside. 10p squared minus 51p minus 47 is my dividend, so he goes inside. So what we're going to do is we're going to take p. We're going to figure out what does he have to multiply by to get to 10p squared. And in this case, that is 10p. So I'm going to take that and put it up here. And now I'm going to take the 10p and multiply it by p and negative 6. 10p times p is 10p squared. 10p times negative 6 is negative 60p. And we're going to subtract. These parentheses are being really weird today. So these two are always going to cancel. And then, if this troubles you, negative 51. So clear it out. 51 minus 60 negative. That's positive 9. Okay, if that throws you off, use your calculator as a guide. I don't recommend it, but use it in case you are just having a moment. So this will be positive 9p. Bring down the minus 47. P, to get to 9p, you just multiply it by 9. So we're going to say it's plus 9. 9 times p is 9p. And then 9 times negative 6 is going to be negative 54. And so these two are going to cancel like they did last time. Negative 47 minus a negative 54. Okay? So think of the same thing as adding a positive 54. This is going to get you, excuse me. See, even I'm going blank at the moment, so we're going to do 47 negative minus 54 negative. And we get 7. See, like even I was blanking, so use it if you need to, but try to do it on your own. So we have a remainder of 7. So my answer is going to be 10p plus 9 plus 7 over p minus 6. You have to put your remainder over your divisor. 18, same thing. Let's set it up. X minus 2 on the outside. 9x squared minus 23x plus 7 on the inside. X times what gets us 9x squared? That is going to be a 9x. So 9x, we know it multiplies by x to be 9x squared. 9x times negative 2 is going to be minus 18x. And we're going to subtract. These always cancel. They just subtract to be 0. Negative 23 minus negative 18 is going to get us a 5x. Positive 5 because you're subtracting negatives. Actually, excuse me, that's a negative 5. My apologies. And then we're going to bring down the plus 7. X goes into negative 5x, negative 5 times. So x times negative 5 is negative 5x. Negative 5 times negative 2 is going to be positive 10. So these are going to cancel. 7 minus 10 is going to be negative 3, and that's my remainder. So 9x minus 5, since my remainder is negative, we're going to say minus 3 over x minus 2. All right, let's set up this one. So p plus 4, p squared minus 2p minus 16. P, to get to p squared, you need to multiply it by p. And so we'll get p squared. P times 4 is 4p. So those cancel. Negative 2 minus 4 is going to get you negative 6. Bring down the negative 16. Excuse me. P needs to be multiplied by negative 6 to get negative 6p. And then negative 6 times positive 4 is negative 24. When we subtract, these cancel. Negative 16 minus a negative 24 is going to get me a positive 8. So my answer is p minus 6 plus, since 8 is positive, 8 over p plus 4. Last one, we have x plus 5 on the outside, x squared plus 3x minus 2 on the inside. X needs to be multiplied by x to get x squared. So x times x is x squared. X times 5 is 5x. And subtract. So those cancel. 3 minus 5 is negative 2x minus 2. So x needs to be multiplied by negative 2 to get negative 2x. And then 5 minus negative 2 is negative 10. So subtracting these are going to cancel. Negative 2 minus a negative 10 is a positive 8. So we once again get a remainder of a positive 8. So my answer is going to be x minus 2 plus 8 over x plus 5. That is going to conclude part 2 of our review video. Again, if you have any questions whatsoever, please reach out to me. Otherwise, have a great day and study hard.